Hi everybody, this is Sarah, the Catholic Homemaker. Today I wanted to talk to you about the coronavirus and how we can be prepared, how we can protect ourselves from it. There are so many other ways we can do so naturally without just simply depending on the authorities, the government to find a solution for us. And that's really the purpose of me making this video, because it's just so disheartening, so frustrating to me that so many people are panicked and so many people just are so desperate they don't know what to do. But here I am, calm in the storm of this, because I know that there are natural ways of treating that. And unfortunately, so many people do not know this. The vast majority of people do not know this and are scared because they don't know how to protect themselves. They don't know how to take care of themselves ultimately. So this is really the purpose of this video. The first thing is really obvious what you can do, and this is what everybody has been advising, and it's just basic hygiene. So that's the easiest and very important thing you should always do on a regular basis, even when it's not a time of outbreak or pandemic, is just wash your hands regularly after the bathroom. Don't touch your face or your eyes with unclean hands. And if you do, make sure you wash your hands. And if you have to sneeze or cough, cough into your elbow, cough into a tissue, and then of course, wash your hands afterwards. And I'm not really going to go into much more detail than that, because you can get all that information on the CDC or other websites like that. The second thing you can do is pray. And this is so important, especially in this time when people are panicking and just so worried. I will say that there was a point a couple of days ago that I actually did start to get worried, and I was listening to the radio about it. So naturally, it was the news that worried me. But I was able to ground myself better. And just as soon as I was thinking that kind of panic mode in my brain, I was like, okay, I need to talk to God about this. And as Catholics, there are some patron saints that we can call upon during these times, specifically for epidemics or pandemics. And today in the state of North Carolina, Sunday, I'm recording this, all of our masses were canceled across the state. And I think there are certain exceptions that were actually made, but it was very disappointing. However, I watched Mass online with the bishop in Charlotte, and he told us to pray to Saints Roque and Rosalie during this time. And I read up a little bit about Saint Rosalie, so I can link to that article as well, because it's an interesting story about her in Italy. And currently now in Palermo and across Italy, they're invoking her name to pray for them, for her intercession to save the city, to save Italy from this pandemic. And another great saint to call upon is Saint Francis Xavier, but there are so many other saints that you can call upon. But ultimately, it's just very important to reflect and pray with God and call upon the Holy Spirit for courage and guidance during this time, and try not to panic. And it says in the Bible, don't worry hundreds of times, and really worrying and panicking does no good. It just makes things worse. And to try to just ground ourselves and stay calm and talk to God. The next thing we can do is fresh air and sunshine. And this was taken from an article that I read, and this isn't the first time I've heard about this for sickness, but I'm really glad that I came across this article and that it's being shared around, because a lot of people may not know this. And they were talking about the Spanish influenza outbreak or pandemic in 1918. And fresh air and sunshine helped with that outbreak, to help it to spread less rapidly and to also treat patients. And so they found that the patients that were treated out in the fresh air and sunshine did a lot better than the patients that were treated inside. And sometimes they had to set up these tents to do so. So it was just kind of a natural consequence of happening, but it was a very good thing that did happen. And there's scientific support to show that fresh air and sunshine does help with this. Research shows that outdoor air is a natural disinfectant, and fresh air can actually kill the virus and other harmful germs. The flu virus they're talking about. And sunlight is germicidal, and evidence shows it can kill the flu virus. So it probably can also help with the coronavirus as well. And it's just definitely something to consider. I've been sick over this weekend. I'm much better than I was on Saturday or Friday night. And one of the things I just naturally wanted to do was to get outside. And so I did that both days this weekend, and I was outside, tried to get some fresh air, and it made me feel better. So something you might want to consider. I just have a basic cold right now. But if you do have the virus or you're sick in general, just try to consider that. Number 4 is homeopathy. And I've talked about this a couple other times on my channel, but homeopathy has helped my family and myself so much. And we've used it for acute and chronic conditions in our family. And it's just a very go-to thing for us. There's so many different homeopathic remedies. It's been around for hundreds of years. Samuel Hahnemann is the one who invented it. And I can't say it's anything short of amazing what it can do and what it has done for my family and me. I have been researching about this with the coronavirus, and I want to share some of the remedies that have been talked about that can help specifically with this virus. Those ones are Arsenicum album 30C and 200C, Thuya 30C, Antimonium tart 30C and 200C, Gelsemium 30 and 200C, Bryonia 30 and 200C, Ferrum Phos 6X and 30C. There are other ones to consider as well, and those are Belladonna 30C, Carbo Vegetabilis 30C, Cali Carb 200C, Phosphorus 200C, Sulfur 30C, Ammonium Carb 30C, Calcarea Carb 30C, Chelidonium 30C, Hypersulf 200C, Ipecac 200C, Lycopodium 200C, Mercurius Sol 200C, Sanguinaria 200C, Silica 6X or 30C. And then there are 4 remedies that are being recommended if you want to if you want to be prophylactic. If you do not currently have the confirmed virus, if you're not sick, there are 4 different remedies being recommended that you can take prophylactically. And one of them is what is a Banerjee protocol. The Banerjees in India have been studying homeopathy for 150 years, and they see like 1,000 patients. I can't remember if it's per day or per week. It's at least per week. But they have a huge database of all kinds of information they have gathered from all their patients. So they've studied it, studied homeopathy on their patients for 150 years. And the Banerjee protocol is using Thuya 30C as a prophylactic to the coronavirus. The 3 other remedies that can be used prophylactically are Gelsemium 30C, Arsenicum album 30C, and Bryonia 30C. Now, I don't know the specific protocol, how frequently you need to take these, and I would highly recommend working with a classical homeopath if you wanted to do this prophylactically, or even if you are sick or you have the coronavirus and want to treat it, I would highly recommend working with a classical homeopath because they can find the specific remedy that is appropriate for you. You can certainly do it on your own, but I personally feel more comfortable for something as serious as this or a chronic remedy to work with a professional homeopath. And I will share that all the information I can think of in the description box below for the information that I've researched. And the fifth tip that I have for you is to increase your immune system with vitamin C, vitamin D, A, and zinc. And I take ascorbic acid for vitamin C normally, but you can certainly up your dosage of vitamin C to help with your immune system. And the last tip I have would be for there are also herbal remedies that you can take. I don't know them specifically, but there are many others. Oh, and another bonus tip, I suppose, is to do nasal or sinus rinses. And there's many different brands out there. You can simply do a neti pot with a salt rinse at home. I hope you have found all these tips to be helpful and you are feeling more confident being on your own. And please don't panic and try to be calm. And if you are feeling the need to panic, just try to pray again and reflect and call on those saints that I mentioned, Saint Rosalie, Saint Francis Xavier, and Saint Roque. And also Saint Dymphna is a great saint. If you are feeling anxiety or depression, she's a really great saint to call upon. Anyway, good luck to all of you and God bless you. And I hope you stay well. And let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have personally been affected by this, please also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the notification bell for all notifications. Subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.